My name is Soul, and I'm going to review every movie ever. Hello there, my internet friends. My name is Soul, and I'm doing another It's Too Early in the Morning to be talking about movies, but I'm going to do it anyway because my son's asleep kind of video. And today I'm going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. This is the 7th installment in the Jurassic Park World franchise. And despite we're 7 films deep, we still only have one great movie in this franchise. But that being said, I know I haven't talked a lot about this franchise on my channels, but I did grow up with Jurassic Park. The first 3 films, I had those on lock. I think I've seen the first 3 Jurassic Park films 5, 10, 20 times a piece. I was a dinosaur kid. My brother and I, we loved dinosaurs. We used to go in the backyard, and you've seen Step Brothers. Anyway, so Jurassic World Rebirth, after the original trilogy, the World Trilogy, we're going to start fresh with a new film, new characters, but we're still going to call it Jurassic World because money. And we got Scarlett Johansson. She's wearing a tank top. She's got glossy skin. That's going to help this film a lot. And she's basically a mercenary, pay under the counter kind of sketchy soldier lady, and she's going to recruit Mahershala Ali and a team of guys to go in there, go to the island, bring this doctor guy who's going to steal a bunch of dinosaur DNA, and that's going to cure or help heart disease, I guess. Sure, wonderful plot for the movie. And I dunk on that concept, but there are some positives coming out of that. One, we're not doing this giant scale Jurassic World movie. We're bringing it back to basics. A couple of people on an island full of dinosaurs. Nothing too crazy. I think that's a good move. And second, even though it's kind of a dumb bullet point structure, the fact that we have to get these 3 specific dinosaurs, one underwater, one in the air, one on land, it does create new gimmicks, new scenarios to put us in with the dinosaurs. We're escaping from dinosaurs on a raft. They're cliff climbing at one point. There's a lot of new gimmicks that they throw, which adds like more dynamic ways to run away from dinosaurs, which is what these movies are ultimately. And there are some moments that actually got me. Like, there's actual anxiety moments that got me in this film where they're snapping at the boat. They're, again, climbing on the cliff. And you're also worried about these DNA things because you just want them to make sure they get the mission done at the same time. And it doesn't help that we have a good cast. Like, I've seen Chris Pratt run away from a dinosaur a dozen plus times by now, and that was just numb to me for so long that now that we have new characters that I actually do like the characters in this film. We got ScarJo, Mahershala Ali, and there's this dad who's like, what are they doing? They're like tourists. There's some people on a boat who kind of get swept away by a dinosaur. Then the people on this boat pick them up, and they're along for the ride at that point. But as a dad, his 2 daughters, one of his daughters is dating like a douchey stoner dude who kind of comes around in the end. Small little story arc there. These characters are actually likable, and I actually want them to live or die. They tease a character death, and that like got me. There's some moments in this film I actually like with the characters, ScarJo and Mahershala Ali. One of my favorite moments in the film is just them talking on the boat, kind of like reminiscing on their past, which you kind of have to like put together based on what they're talking about. It's not great writing. It's not even good writing, but it's good enough for, a dumb popcorn movie. For a dumb popcorn movie, compared to this franchise, they're actually pretty good characters. Then there's the doctor guy, the dude from Wicked. He wears glasses now. Sure. He has to throw out like, oh, I used to work for Alan Grant, which is, another one of the things holding this film back. I just want a new dinosaur movie that doesn't have to tie into this world anymore. I think we could all just have a new movie. You could even throw the word Jurassic in it just for, the brain dead moviegoers like me who are just going to see a movie like, oh, that means it has dinosaurs. But I don't want it to be a part of this world. There's new things you can do with dinosaurs, and it always kind of has to tie back into the same conversation, the same themes of the original Jurassic Park, which is, don't fuck with nature, don't hunt them, don't genetically modify them, which is another thing they do in this movie. The point of this island is whenever they were genetically modifying the dinosaurs, the ones that got really fucked up and couldn't be presented to the public, they just put them on this island, which is dumb, but I'm here for it. They even have a little excerpt about oh, people were bored, they need new dinosaurs, which is literally what they're doing for these movies. And some of the new dinosaurs, they're interesting. I'm sure there's dinosaur nerds who are going to add this to their dinosaur nerd databank and put it in video games and toys, which is the real reason they need these dinosaurs. But again, I'm fine with the same dinosaurs. I would actually rather learn more about the dinosaurs that do exist. There's still plenty of dinosaurs that they haven't talked about in these movies. I would maybe more accurate depictions of the dinosaurs, give them some feathers. There's so many new things you could do, but it kind of just always goes back to CGI dinosaur chase people on land. I'm not confident that this franchise is ever going to have another movie that's even sniffing at how good the original Jurassic Park is, but I do think Gareth Edwards, who's the guy behind 2014 Godzilla, he's behind Monster, what else did he do? Rogue One, that's a movie I'm thinking of. I think he is one of the best people we could have chose for this film. I think this is a better looking film than the last couple Jurassic Worlds. And keep in mind, I like dinosaur movies. I like these popcorn movies where we run away from the dinosaurs. That's always a good time for me. I just wish they were in better packaged movies with better writing and better characters. But I do think this is a step in the right direction. Like I said, there are moments with the dinosaurs that actually had me on the edge of my seat, which I have not felt since Jurassic Park Lost World when I was 12. So that was cool. That being said, I don't want another Rebirth trilogy. I don't need these characters in another film. I don't need any more dinosaur movies under this umbrella. I would be happy with just stepping away from this franchise while we have a step in the right direction. But I know that probably won't happen. And with all that being said, I think I'm going to wrap it up there and give Jurassic World Rebirth a 7 out of 10. I do think, it's a step in the right direction. I don't think it's a great film or this franchise will ever hit great heights again. I think they're one and done, decent movies at best. But it's still better than the last two movies, which were dog shit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, with that, I leave you.